For this video, we're going to go through some basics of the drawing file type for Autodesk Inventor. So the first thing we need to be able to do is take a look at the size of our page, but also the size of our title block that's over in the corner here. So for our page here, if we right click on the sheet 1, we can edit our sheet and change our size right with this block right here. So let's say we wanted a A-sized sheet of paper. We hit OK. Right, it'll make our original title block much larger seeming because our page is much smaller. So we can right click on our title block and delete it. To actually add a smaller title block, we can go to our drawing resources, into our title blocks, and choose our ANSI A. If we double click, it'll automatically add it right in the bottom right here. So once we have our page and our title block, let's say we'd like to place an object. If you go to Base under Place Views, it'll automatically select your last part or assembly. Let's say we'd like to open our puzzle piece. So we can choose our file and open it. It'll have our first base right in the center. In this case, we're going to move it over to the side. We can change our scale to whatever scale you'd like to fit the page. So let's say we wanted 1:1. If you change it, you can change depending on your page sizes to many different scales. Once we have our front view, we can hit OK. Let's say we want to add dimensions, so our measurements. We can go to our Annotate tab and do dimension. So for dimensions, we can either click on the line itself and choose OK. Or let's say we wanted to click on 2 different points. We could click on this one if we wanted the same measurement. Let's say we wanted over here. We could do multiple different measurements from those same points. Okay, so let's say we wanted this distance here. So our dimensions let us make sure we can see all of the various sizes for our objects. A few other things we can do is we can create more sheets. So let's say we wanted to add another sheet here. We have one page. We can either go to Place Views and choose New Sheet, or often we can right click. Once we hit OK for our previous tool, we can click New Sheets here. So here, if for our new sheet, we wanted to maybe put our assembly, which was the set of 2 different puzzle pieces, we could potentially do our different views like such and hit OK. So with our couple different views now, in our new sheet, we have our assembly file, which is a lot different than our single part from before. A few different things we can do with our assemblies is we can do a parts list, which will allow us to tell us which parts are in the single file. Right? When we choose this, we need to choose a spot for it to go. It tells us we have part puzzle piece and part puzzle piece 2. Right, let's say we wanted to make some balloons so we know which of each of these pieces is which. We could do our balloons as such, where we click on balloon, click on the piece, click again, right click and continue, so it has a single balloon. Or we could auto balloon, where we can select our view, we can select our components. Right, we can select where we'd like them to be. Let's say we wanted them around our object and hit OK. It'll automatically balloon all of those pieces in that view.